Hello, gentle people. I'm back with another video for you. I've been trying a couple of things for the last couple of days, and I wanted to still stay in the same, type of things that I do normally with the little Vikings and medieval guys and stuff. So I carved this little Mjolnir on a pile of rock, and well, it's a bit too tedious to do. There's so much wood that needs to be removed for this little piece, so it was probably not a really good idea for a tutorial. But yesterday I ended up doing this little guy, little raven, hooging from one of Odin's raven, and I was like, well, that was simple enough and it looks kind of cute, and I think I think it will make a good tutorial. So that's what we will do today. Since we made hooging, we'll make mooning. Sorry. So yeah, let's get. Let's see. It's a little raven from each side, looking back and things on a big rock with a little rune. So yes, we'll do this little thing. I'll put it like here, I guess. Put it in the camera. So let's get cracking. As usual, gloves. It's important. And a piece of wood. I have a couple here, so we'll take that. Seems to be the same size. And the knives. For obvious reason. And what's the size of that thing? It's 83 mil by 37 by 30. It's really randomly cut, I would say. And in inches, it's a little bit more than 3.8 by 1.5 by 1-ish inch. I don't have square pieces, so we can start with the rectangle. That is perfectly fine. So what I do, you will go at the top, put the center line. Same thing on the sides. One side will be the front and one side will be the back. The small size is the size of the beak and the bird, basically. And then at the top you will take, for the curvature of the head, I don't really have any measurement right here, but let's put it like there, I guess, like at a third or a quarter, maybe, something like this. Then we'll carve a little curve line all the way to there on both sides. Will probably be dark because of my light. I need to work on my light setup. Sorry about that. And then we'll round that up at the back. Alright, so we have the general shape of the head. And because we want to have the butt of the raven lower, I will also take put a little line at maybe an inch or 2-point-something centimeter, something like this. Seems to be the right size. And a little one higher. Then you can carve. You can put a little line. Like this. Go around. Same thing around here. Just give you a general shape for the where you want the rock and the bottom of the bird. So here we are with the lines top. That's pretty much it for now. This part now is all about removing wood, basically. Take your knife, I will strap it up a bit. I made that little strap for myself a couple of time ago, and just gonna couple of slice. I might stroke again during the carving when I feel that because there's so much wood to remove that yeah, it's pretty harsh on the blade. So we will remove all the wood following these lines. So let's start with one side, and yeah, I will move my light a little bit back here. Alright, that seems to be better for you. Yes, alright, so remove the wood. You can do big cuts here. Try to follow the line at the top, and you can start from the bottom. Lots of wood. Just usually start with the corners on both sides. It's just more comfortable for the hand to hold, basically. Let's see, just following the shape of the lines. Same thing on the sides. Front again. So we'll try to see if I can fast forward this part in the video, because it's really just removing all the wood to follow this shape all the way down to this part here, while still keeping the angle for the beak and the general shape of the head. If it's not exactly like perfect, that is perfectly fine, because we will round the top of the head anyway. Alright, so you can see I'm getting closer to the head shape, but it's important to bring all the wood from these sides all the way to the same angle. So you can do stop cuts at the bottom and remove wood from there also to have the same angle. I'll probably do that in a moment. Or you can start and push and roll with your knives. That will create this rounded shape, and then we can remove the bottom part after. So what is important right now is just to remove the big chunk of wood. Okay, we're getting there, creating the shape here for the beak later. It kind of needs to be kind of pointy. The one that I've done yesterday is not. Well, it was a good test, I guess. Don't forget the back. Okay, so we got the general shape. Now we need to create this thing here for the beak, basically. So we can just basically put a line where we want to carve that thing, and another one to create this, well, the back, because basically the head is 180 degree on the other side. But let's round the head first. This part will be harder for your knives, because you're at the edge of the grain. If you have a really sharp knife, you'll be able to carve on the side of the grain like this, and it should create these beautiful line without any scratch. If you can't do that, you should well, sharpen your knife, basically. Mine are okay. I can't carve at the top here, I know that, because yeah, they're not sharp enough. So yeah, let's just round the head right now. If you use the lower part of your knife, that'll be way harder compared to that if you use the tip of it. There's obviously less steel to go through the wood, so that's easier. So basically what you want to do here is remove as much wood as possible to remove the pencil stroke that you had before. And make sure you follow the grain, because if I go in that direction, it's harder to cut that on the other side. Try to make sure you don't lose your center line. I'm starting to be a little bit off of it. I'll try to correct that thing. It's just important because you will end up with two not really equivalent sides if you lose your center line, which I have done with mine yesterday. There's one side that is not as good as the other. So yeah, this part is a little bit tedious. But once it's done, it's done. that. So let's run it a little bit more. Okay, it's fairly, I guess, the same. Well, it's a bit rounded differently on both sides, but we can fix that later. So now let's remove the wood. The thing is that we'll try to bring that beak down also from the head like this, and then we'll have the maybe the beak like that and the eye here, something like this. And I would say let's put this line on the other side also. Try to be as symmetrical as you can, which is the hard part. But yeah, you'll be able to readjust later. Carving like this is super hard, and it splits the wood, so we'll come back from the other angle later. So yeah, V-cut, stop cut basically, and then you remove lots of wood again. It's the, well, it's carving in general, but yeah, removing wood more and more. You can either do your stop cut already like this, or you can just do V-cuts. You will have the same result. So now I have basically reached the line on both sides. It's almost the same, I think. I went maybe a bit too low for this one, so I will readjust it. Kind of creating the back. Okay, so it gives the general shape. Then we need to remove that part of wood to create the beak, basically. So same thing here. We'll just create on the other side. Once again, try to be as symmetrical as you can. It's hard, I know, I fail at it myself, but yeah. So as you can see, we can start creating the beak. And after we can come back and remove more wood on both sides to create the spike. Alright. I removed more wood on this side and this side, so I'll try to remove more here. I have mostly a flat-ish head. Switch out, because interesting enough this thing is starting to be a bit pointy, so don't hurt yourself. when you carve. Just removing the pencil line that are created here. Okay. The other side. Not hesitate to remove wood. So it's not pointy enough. I think I want to remove more wood here, but yeah, I think that'll be okay for now. Just to give you a good idea. So we could do the other part of the beak, and then we can remove more wood. So we have the line here. Let's try to find a centered line again, but oops, this line here will make a little stop cut and go all the way to the middle ish, and then same thing on the other side. Once again, try to be as symmetrical as you can. Look from the top if that can help you. Seems to be okay, good. So it's well, either stop cut or V cut. I think I'll do V cut, but you basically follow the line and you remove the wood outside. So it will create a little depth in the face. Fix that after. Okay, top part will be harder for obvious grain reason. Oh, that's hard. There we go. Same thing from the other side. Okay. It's really not perfect. There we go. Same thing here. There we go. And this part. Okay, so you should have a general shape of this big beak. That's a big one. We can flatten it up after, probably. I just realized that it's a big one. But like everything that I do, it's more of a cartoon style than anything realistic. Okay, so we could remove a little bit more wood from here. Now the other side. Okay. And we could do the wing now. We're almost done with the raven, really. After that, it's just like maybe we could on this side remove a little bit more wood for the head. For that, we'll just create the feet and general shape of this little cute guy. The wing is just half a circle on both sides. Once again, repeating myself, but try to be symmetrical. And then you follow the line with your knife. There we go. You should normally be able to remove the wood. Ooh, that's not a beautiful cut. We'll fix that. That gives one wing. Same thing for the other. So this one was better. Not really. Okay. It kind of creates a really flat thing, so I just go on and carve little edges so it's more rounded. I prefer that look. Okay, so we have both wings. And then now we'll do the eyes, I guess, and then the general shape of this little raven will be almost done. We'll just do the little last parts. So yeah, it really has a big beak, so it will be up to you. See the size of yours, you can put it like smaller or higher. So yeah, I still have the little circle around here, and then I'll do the same thing on the other side. And should do more an oval than a circle. You basically want to create an oval shape on both sides. Once again, try to be as symmetrical as you can. Realize that one was lower than the other. This one is way bigger. And what you want to do basically is just remove the outside of the eye to keep the middle part intact for now. Really small cut here, don't have to remove a lot of wood here. And then same thing on the other side. Cutting to the little stop cut that you've done. Well, both my eyes are really not symmetrical, I think. Okay. And then what I do is I just, like the wing, I just chip the squarey-ish part of the eye to make it more rounded a little bit in the socket. Both sides. This one is huge. I went a bit too wild with this one. I could probably make it a little bit smaller. Or not. That's fine. It's a bit bigger, but that's okay. Alright, and then now we will create a little pointy thing So I would say you can draw a line from the little middle part that you had earlier to the sides. If you want, you can make it even bigger. It's really up to you at this point. So that's pretty much it. Make a big cut. Then you can move the wood. All this stuff here below is just for this rock thing, so you can remove as much as you want. There is no problem with that. Alright, so it creates the little back part. And then we'll keep the line that we had before on both sides and stop cut there. Alright. And remove that wood. Okay. Kind of create a little sitting shape of this cute little bird. We'll remove the corner after, rest assured. Okay, so you see the general shape of this little guy. Now we need to do this little part here, so we'll do the same, just do a stop cut to the line you had before. Remove a little bit of wood. Don't go too deep because we still want to get this little part for the little feet. See here, just to create the shape for the little bird. If you go deep, that is fine. You will just remove more wood and you'll be able to create it. So you see now it kind of created these two corners. We don't like corners like this, so just cut that out. There we go. I see that my thing is kind of flat here, so I will just remove this. I kind of lost my center line. There we go. So for the feet, I'll just remove all this ugliness here. Please. Thank you. It's basically just another stop cut just below, like, I don't know, a couple of millimeters. And then once again, we'll just remove that part of the wood. And you can go pretty wild with this one. Deeper you go, the better we'll see the little feet. Okay. So it should generate a little shape like this. From there I would remove more wood. The deeper it is, the more shadow it will generate, which is good. Then we want to link the feet to the bird, so just make a cut like this, and then you just remove more of the wood. Go like that. Oh, I scratch a little corner, that is fine. Okay. Once again, we don't really like corners, so make sure you round them up. Chip. On the other side, chip. Okay, so as you can see now, we have we have a bird with little feet on the front, and then the little tail here. So the little detail that I do with the feet is just little V pyramid cut. Stab, stab, remove, stab, stab, remove. Same thing on the other side. Stab, stab, move. 1, 2, move. And then I remove the middle part with the big one. Up. There we go. Got the little feet. Alright, so that's pretty much it. Like from there, for the stone, it's just a bunch of chaotic cut. You just remove as much wood as you feel like. Basically, obviously, remove everything from the corners. We don't like corners. All the sides. There we go. That. And all this wood is still from the bandsaw cut, so make sure you remove that. It's obviously harder to cut on a flat plane like this, so just go wild. Just cut a big piece of wood, because that's it. There you go. Big cut in the rock. And then I'll remove a little bit more wood around the little bottom corners. More wood, round it up. Basically, the more cuts that you have here, the more rocky it would feel. Because obviously rocks are really not square. It's not a piece of concrete that we're doing. There you go, remove the wood. It's really absolutely random here, and it's perfectly fine. So the wood is splintering, and that's okay. I'm fine with it. Just fix that a little bit because there's all the cuts from my V-cuts from the little feet. Same thing on this side. There you go, big chunks of wood. That's perfect. Okay, so there's a big shape. I will remove more corners, round it up. Big V-cut. Create more shapes in the rock. There we go. See that there was still a little line here. Alright. Oh yeah, I will round that thing up a bit. Oh, I could carve it like this. Looks better than the straight line that we had before. I created all these lines here, so make sure that you cut deeper. It will look good anyway because it will feel that the raven is at the top of the rock. Like I said earlier, deeper cut mean more shadows, which is good. Basically like this. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Sorry, I just love carving so much. I don't want it to end. From there you can look at your little thing. Like I said, I think my beak is a bit too big, but it gives the gist of it. I could remove more wood at the top and at the bottom of it, also from here, I guess. Make it even sharper. So it's up to you when you're at this stage how you want it to look. But for the sake of the video, I will not make it last an hour. So yeah, I'll just finish this cut here. Alright. So here it is, guys. That's our little raven. A little bit different, a little bit the same. All of them will never look exactly the same, but yeah, it should give you a good idea. And it's fairly easy, not a lot of complicated cut, just a lot of wood to remove, basically. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed, and if you feel like, leave a comment, and even if you carve anything, just link that to me. I will be more than happy to see what you do with it. Have a good day wherever you are in the world. Bye bye.